Yo guys, what's going on? It's Neil here from Post to Post. We're underway in the NHL season. It's been fun watching the games. Hockey's back, but I'm still obsessed with logos. And this is not an NHL league. This is a baseball league. Now, I've done a bunch of these videos in the past, maybe 5 to 10, somewhere around there. They're on the channel if you're interested. But I do like baseball, not as much as hockey. Obviously, you can tell from my background and stuff. Big hockey guy first, but I do appreciate baseball, and I do watch it from time to time. And there are some of these minor leagues in baseball have the most incredible logos ever. And today we're going to look at a league that I've not looked at before. This is called the IL League, or the International League, if I'm not mistaken. I have ranked these teams. There are 14 teams apparently in this league. I've never seen a single game out of this league. I couldn't tell you where even half of these cities are, to be completely honest, but I do like logos, and I do like ranking logos, and I like breaking them down, so that's what we're here to do today. I've ranked them 1 to 14. We're going to go through these in reverse order, my least favorite to favorite, 14 to 1. Let's get going. Number 14, I have put the Syracuse Mets. So the colors, okay, I understand. I don't just want to jump into negativity here. There are positive aspects of this. I like the geographical standpoint here of the outline of the state of New York. I do appreciate that, but it's very text heavy. It's not balanced right because of the shape. You got two different fonts going on here. Orange and blue are always going to look good together. It's the only saving grace for me for this logo, but still, there's not really a lot going on here, so it is last in my books. Number 13, the Pawtucket Red Sox. Colors, again, make sense. It's too cartoony. I'm looking for redeeming qualities, and I'm looking for negative qualities. Cartoony is definitely, obviously, a negative aspect for me. That's why it is so low. It is very well drawn digitally. It looks like a modern logo. A lot of these baseball logos and a bunch of the leagues are very old school and stuff, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being a traditionalist and having a traditional old school logo. That has its place, 100%. So, but I do appreciate the modern logos. This is one. The colors look great. It has nice balance. It just looks a little bit too childish, too cartoony. Everyone gets a medal kind of thing, and not, let's win. We're pissed off. Let's win the game kind of thing. I like to, when you put animals in here and characters, I like to see emotion in their face, intense emotion, pissed off emotion. I don't want to see someone who is excited to get a popsicle after the game. So really, that's what it comes down to. But I do like the cleverness of the word paw and the P specifically, having the negative space of that P or the emptiness be the paw, which is pretty cool. Number 12, the Gwinnett Strippers. Stripers? That's all I see. I just see strippers, regardless of how either is spelt. Look at that quick. Strippers. What? Strippers? Where? It's just an odd name for me, for a team name. I have nothing else to say other than that. It's so distracting. I just see the strippers, and I know, I don't know. It's just not doing it for me. Leave it at that. Number 11, the Indianapolis Indians. Possibly a controversial name in these days, but I kind of like I talked before about kind of classic logos that don't really change. This feels like something that was made in the 90s, maybe the 80s, and it hasn't changed since. And I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with that. It is ranked a little bit low because it's not the prettiest of logos, and there's a lot going on in the middle, but I understand that has to do with artwork and stuff and culture, which is great. That is also a positive aspect of it, and that is one of the reasons why I do like it. Number 10, the Charlotte Knights. Never have been a fan, really, of that specific shade of brown yellow. It's a little poopy. It's in the poop range, and it looks fine. It's just, I don't know. I would have preferred to see just a different color with the silver and with the black, maybe a red or something. But the biggest issue for me is the color. It's the conflicting elements here. What's the primary element? What am I visually supposed to look at first? Is it the text along the bottom that's huge, or is it the logo on top? And when you're thinking about design, you're coming up with concepts and you're creating a brand and stuff. You want your design or your logo to have flow. And to me, this doesn't really have any flow. It is very bottom heavy with the text. But when I look at it, my eyes kind of just go in the middle because I'm not sure if I should go down or if I should go up. There's a lot of theory in behind creating logos and stuff, and this kind of breaks some of those rules when you're designing. So for me, for that reason, I just have a bit of a balance issue as far as the elements. Number 9, the Columbus Clippers. Like the colors here, the 2 shades of blue I think work really well together with that. Just that touch of red, just a small touch of red in the top of the mast there on the ship. Looks like a flag or something. But speaking about balance and design and stuff, this is very left heavy. We have a capital C and then the boat all the way on the left. So although it's not literally tilting, design-wise, it's very left-weighted. So it almost needs something else on the right to balance it. I would have preferred to see the boat on the right, the big C, and then the boat on the right, the big C on the left, the boat on the right. It gets a little bit of balance. That's just my personal design perspective, taste and perspective. Number 8, the Durham Bulls. It reminds me a bit of an academic logo or a university logo, college logo. They use the letter usually on the front, boom, and sometimes they incorporate animals or things or characters around it. Sometimes they don't. This one, which is, I don't believe this is an academic team. Regardless, they put a bull inside coming through. So although the color that they've chosen here, almost a brownish rust kind of color, doesn't balance super well with the shade of blue that they chose. I still like the dimension here. It's got a bit of a perspective thing going for it. It's still kind of two-dimensional because there's no shading. If the bull was coming through and he has his arms out, you'd see a bit of a shadow behind one of the legs on the front of the D on the bottom. And in behind on the bull, you'd see a bit of a shadow casting from the D onto the bull. So there's not super dimension here because there's no shading, but it's implied, and it does work. Number 7, the Buffalo Bisons. This is, I would say, the perfect traditional baseball logo. It is the shape of a baseball. It has the stitching of a baseball. It even has the colors of a baseball, the blue and the red. It's got a character on there with a bat. He actually looks kind of pissed. I like that. Overall, this really is kind of the perfect baseball logo. Although I'm not usually a fan of baseball logos like this. It shouldn't be anything else. Like, this should really stay as it is. But this is a personal subjective ranking. So just overall, I just like the other ones better. Speaking of better, the Scranton Wilkes-Barre. Scranton Wilkes-Barre RailRiders. Not Railroaders, RailRiders, which is it's kind of an interesting thing. It looks to be like, I'm not sure what kind of animal that is. A porcupine, maybe? A beaver? The teeth look a little beaver-like, but the rest looks kind of like a porcupine. Either way, kind of some unique coloring going on. We're on the brink of getting into that poop range of shade, but my favorite part for me is that it is all incorporated into one shape. You don't have the text along the bottom and then a space or white space and then a graphic. He is sitting on top of the text, and the text has dimension using shading of the other color, creating a bevel on the text. So I really like that. I think this would actually look pretty good on a uniform and a hat, so big thumbs up there. Number 5, the Lehigh Valley IronPigs. Man, what a name, the IronPigs. But that's kind of the appeal. It's a ridiculous name, but it's kind of badass. Like, IronPigs, like, you don't want to mess with a pig that's made of iron. His head is got this, like, the rivets in it and stuff. So I mean, that's what I'm talking about. You're kind of creating a brand and an emotion behind your team, and you kind of want people to be scared of it. Like, you want the other team to be like, damn, maybe they mean business today. They got an iron pig on their jersey, or on their sweater, whatever you call it. I don't care. But yeah, I like this one. I like the colors. Number 4, the Norfolk Tides. colors are perfect. Man, orange and green shaded like that. I really, really like that. You don't see those colors often together. I think Florida uses a team. Is it the Florida Gators in college football that uses those colors together? Anyways, I really, really like those colors together. It's a bit, I talked earlier about design theory and stuff and weighting. It's a bit right heavy as far as that goes, but yeah, I really like that. I love the fact that the trident actually has an N in it. That's probably one of my favorite parts other than the colors. So, and the seahorse has an emotion in his face. So yeah, thumbs up for this one. Number 3, the Louisville Bats. Kind of a typical baseball logo, but it's almost been modernized in a way. You've got actual baseball elements in here as well. An actual baseball is in the background, and then a baseball bat, and then but they're called the Bats, but their character is a bat. So you've got 2 bats in here, which is pretty neat. And then the colors are perfect. I like that. It's almost like a blood deep red, or not a deep red, but like a bright blood red, not a traditional like regular red. Does that make sense? Probably not. At least on my screen, anyways. Number 2. The Rochester Red Wings. This is great. I absolutely love this logo. It's a bit McDonald's-y with the red and yellow going on, but this is balanced really, really well. The text on top of the actual bird or red wing that kind of comes out along the bottom on the right, and on the top left is where the head angles. So you've got angling going on the top to the left and angling going on, or weight on the bottom right. So there's kind of diagonal balance, up and down there's balance. The text is super unique. I really like this one. 0 complaints, really. And number 1, I just preferred these colors, to be completely honest, a little bit more. Just adding that blue in there, I think complements the red a little bit better than just having red and yellow. Black is, I guess, technically was in the last one as well, but I just preferred the blue. Adds a little bit more life to it. I like the expression on the face here as well. He's holding a bat. He's pissed off. He's about to hit a home run. And yeah, I like that. So we got the Toledo Mud Hens here. I didn't say that when I first went to it, but yeah, Toledo Mud Hens. Just testing to see if I can say it 3 times fast. But yeah, that's my favorite. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know down below in the comment section which logo from this league was your favorite. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. If you like these videos, these logo rankings, hit the like button, and I'll catch you in the next one. Adios.